thank you so much for having me. This week. So, and I was just talking to Vogue because I get nervous speaking, so I'm just going to read one thing because I didn't want to memorize it, and then I'm just going to read it. But because Christina, when we were talking yesterday on the phone, she goes, "Remember, the theme is embrace equity." I got the phone and I go, "It's equity." So this is what I thought. It said, "Embracing equity means facing the truth that in our society, all people don't really start from a level playing field." And that is true. It's still true. Even though we have rights as women in pieces of paper and laws, and we're fortunate in Canada and in Portugal, but there's many other countries that women don't have the same rights that we do. And even though we have the same rights here and in Portugal, many times those rights are not full. We don't benefit from those rights. We're still abused in a way. We're still minimized, both mentally for our mental health and for all. Everybody knows that mental health is very important to me. This is why, I went to Everest for mental health, but especially with mental health and equity. And then Women's Day and equity, and climbing Everest, because I'm supposed to talk about how I climbed Everest. Well, I see both things connected. Mental health for us as women, how many times that if we're having a bad day, we're told, "Well, it must be that time of month, I'm sorry." It's that time of month. Or we're really tired, or, if only she could do this. Or my favorite is that goes to mountaineering, that women shouldn't maybe be mountaineers. I remember the first mountain, the Carpenters Pyramid. It was like 5 years ago, right? A long time ago, I was the only woman, so was the members as well, in part of my team. A friend of mine was telling her brother in Portugal how I was climbing mountains. And her brother turns to her and goes, "Oh, is she married?" And my friend goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "And her husband lets her go?" With all these men? And then she told me. And she goes, "What are you talking about? Well, that was 2018. 2018. Women can do anything. What does it matter?" So we would never ask a man that he wouldn't do his gear, and we as wives wouldn't go, "Are you okay to go climb with all those guys? Are you sure?" Because we're still not seen as equal. And it's earlier, one of the reporters, I can't remember her name. Carla, thank you. Asked, why is it so important? We still have this stigma on women and our rights, and we're still seen different. And we're seen different not just because of our gender or how we're feeling mentally or for our health with mental health. We're seeing how our appearances is. Okay? Okay, take me and go this time in Everest. I went with an Austrian. So I didn't know, sometimes I'm very la land, that Austria comes from Germany. They're all very tall people. So when I got to Kathmandu, I went to see the leader of the expedition who came to meet me because I came in late and I was one of the first to arrive. Just because they were arriving from Europe, I was arriving from Canada. I was the only female to be in the Everest expedition, and he came to me, and I already knew he was tall. The next morning, we have all our gear, and all these guys, and then everybody just looks at us. And I'm like, "Oh my God, those are my dudes," and they're all like this. They all started speaking German, literally. And I'm like, a couple said a couple words in English. Obviously, Lucas, the expedition leader, was speaking English, and I didn't speak German. But to be honest, it took another peak first. It took, when we were almost in Mirror Peak, so we're 7 days into the expedition, until this Hunskier, he was 66, very tall guy, turns around because we were on the same road, and he goes, "You're really strong and fast." And I'm going, I'm short. Because that was the thing, and you can feel how people, talk about you. Maybe I was assuming that I was assuming that because they look at you and then they talk about you in German, and I'm thinking, oh my God, if I never hear a word of German again in my life. Okay, great. But there's this perception, and it went all the way up to the peak, and all the way back down until we come back to base camp. And Lucas has a bottle of champagne, celebrating because we all summited. And he goes, "Oh, we should celebrate something else." This is Emma. Emma finished the 7 summits. Emma became the first Portuguese person to finish the 7 summits. And she did the 8 versions. And all the guys, you climb all of them? Wow. So this is why it's not just in the mountain, like in the world of mountaineering where it's male dominant, where women can change. But women can change. We can change that. We have to, as women, it doesn't matter if you're 55 like I am, if you're short like I am, if you're afraid of heights. If we, yeah, you didn't know that?
Afraid of heights.
Wow.
55 heights.
We have to, as women, and not just us. I do it for my 2 daughters that are here, because I'm hoping that one day that when I pass away, they will tell, even if they will tell their children, I'll tell my grandchildren, but they can tell their great-grandchildren and their grandchildren how it doesn't really matter if you're tall, if you're skinny, if you're blonde, if you have brown hair, how old you are. You have it in you, and we each can make a difference. We can make a difference in mental health. We can make a difference in having International Women's Day, and not just for us. Because what we do just here, it might just be, okay, we're in Seattle, which is a lot of people are. But by doing this and by showing that we all work together, it's a chain reaction, because it's a little step that we do, because it's the message that gets across. And by actually doing things out of our comfort zone and putting it out there that women have a place and we have the same rights. We're not, like the council was saying, until 1975 we didn't have rights. In terms of what? I remember 1975. That we can make changes. For me in mountaineering is, okay, you know what? I know that, especially for being Portuguese, I was the first. I know that a couple of the guys from Portugal didn't really like that I actually superseded what they didn't accomplish, because I actually did 8 summits, which is the 7 summits. But I did it. And I know that in the guy world, it's like, she's so tiny, she's old, she's afraid to fight, she's not going to do it. We just have to do it as women, because we rock. And it doesn't matter what people say about you, if you're tiny, or about your faith. I happen to believe Jesus rocks. And a few times I've been told that maybe I shouldn't say that because it's my faith. And to me, it's like, nah, I got to the point, it's like, if you do not like me, you don't have to talk to me. If you don't want to listen to me, you can put your place. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to. But this is who I am. And as women, we need to just be who we are. We're strong. We give birth. There's a world because we give birth. Okay, we need the guys. We still give birth. We can climb mountains like any man. We can cook, we can be chefs, we can do anything. And we can be great partners. we can be church leaders, we can be council, we can be presidents, we can be anything that we want. And that is how we should raise our daughters and our sons. I don't have sons. I have son-in-laws now and a grandson, but we have to educate them and so that they know how great we are, because we're partners, and that is women and men should be partners. And equity is when we all are on the same level playing field, because we can all do the same thing as others.
Beautiful.